gems. True to savage season. Let's be honest, nobody break it like Danny. Walking through combined smoke like a myth. Danny got notes on a kid with no clips. He said, yo, check that DB from Portland State. You're gonna laugh, but bro, he can straight up play. He know the verticals, hand size twitch, but more than the metrics, he reads that grit. No trains, no agency deals. He break down tape, no cap, just real. Every year he call names no one knew. Then April hits, boom, round two. He saw it coming, y'all just scrolling. He dig through film while the rest stay trolling. Danny Savage, he the draft hall prophet. Elites are the kids in the deeps pockets. Let's be honest, y'all just read the mocks. He in the trenches, no TikTok.
Boom! Greetings from YouTubeville. Once again, Danny Savage, Draft Guru, coming at you with a prospect for the fall of 2025 and 2026 NFL Draft. Let's see, tight ends, man. I've only covered Max Uncensored Cowboy. Boom. 2 booms. Thank you for jumping in the chat. Tight end wise, I've covered Max Clare, Ohio State, who I did a video on last year with Purdue, and I said this kid's going to get a bag to go somebody. He's the number 1 rated, but it's way too early. I've done Max Clare. I've done Tanner Kozlowski from Houston, I believe. Big kid. He's like 6'7", change. I've done a very underrated Oscar Delp out of Georgia. Do I think it's going to be a crazy tight end class? No. But anything can happen. I don't want to shit on nobody, especially before the season even starts. Injuries happen. So many things can happen. But if the draft was today, you'd probably see Claire going at the end of round 1. But that's just today. Frank, what's up? Thank you for jumping in chat. Dog Pound, boom. How many prospects have you done so far? 115. This is 116. I'll be by 300. I'll be at 300 before Dane Brugler puts out his in August. All right, the kid we're going to talk about now is a kid, Joe Royer, tight end, University of Cincinnati Bearcats. 6'5", 255. So, boom. He has the size that a lot of NFL teams like, that prototypical size. Like a perfect example is, there's good tight ends out there that are 6'2", 6'3". Isaiah Likely is in that, height frame. But a lot of teams won't even look at them. They have to be a certain size, certain weight. So long story short, Joe Royer was at Ohio State for 3 years. Load of injuries, only appeared in 14 games. All right. So now, last year, he transferred to Cincinnati, stayed close, and he had a coming out party. 50 catches for 522 yards, 3 touchdowns, 11 yards per catch average. Now, he has the size. He's a good inline blocker. A coach once told a friend of mine played college football, Division I. He played for the U. He played for West Virginia, and then he played for Rutgers. He's a tight end, and he said every single tight end coach always told him the difference. This kid was more of an athlete. He was 6'5", 6'6". 245, 17, like a 16-inch feet. He was more of an athlete. But every single coach told him the difference between a college tight end and an NFL tight end is, can you block? You have to bring something to the passing game. How many tight ends do we see every year get drafted that were phenom freaks and they just fizzle out? And it's a lot of times it's the smaller, tough-ass dudes that bring something to the blocking game and then also can be the quarterback's best friend. I don't care if you're a rookie quarterback. I don't care if you're a 20-year quarterback. The tight end is your best friend. When you're in trouble, dump it off to him. So 6'5", like I said, 255, good run blocker, more than willing passer, threat in the red zone. Because let's be honest, man, a lot of teams are not rocking 6'3", 6'4" corners. I mean, if you're a really athletic linebacker, you get like an Anthony Hill, Sonny Styles, something like that. They can match up well with him. But this kid is very athletic and he's underrated. So I think that puts me at about 4. I'm gonna start knocking tight ends out, but I want to drop back. And there's a Penn State offensive tackle I want to throw out. I've thrown out a shitload of O linemen. I've thrown out a load of tackles, guards, some centers, loaded defensive tackles, loaded edge. It's going to be another loaded. It's going to be a very, in my opinion, it's going to be heavy defensive tackle, heavy defensive end draft once again. Linebackers is going to be good. I mean, safety, after Caleb Downs, it's a big drop, but there's a lot of teams that need safeties. And corner, I don't even this, but see, I don't want to shit on anyone. This is just a preseason watch list. So when you're watching Saturday and you want to put a prop in, take Cincinnati. They score a lot of points. Also, if you just want to watch talent, I'm giving you 2 kids now. When you're watching Cincinnati on offense, watch their tight end, Joe Royer. And then when Cincinnati is on defense, watch their one tech, Dante Corleone, who's 6'2", 345. He has like 12-inch hands, dude. Size 17 foot. The kid's just a freak. He didn't come out last year because he had blood clots in his lungs, but he still played the whole season. You're going to laugh. My opinion on him, he's playing in the wrong division. He's playing in the Big 12. Big 12 passes the ball 1.5 times, bro. If he was in like the Big 10, the SEC, you would see better play. When I say better play, it's just like those are conferences that run the ball more. You don't want Dante Corleone on the field on 3rd down. He's just a big, massive one tech that's going to stop the run. And I don't know why anybody – I guess that bag they gave him is great because I would not have. But then again, they stayed by him through his illness. So loyalty is very rare in this world. So I can't say anything bad about him. But Joe Royer, tight end, Cincinnati. I'm gonna drop some videos in the comment section. But like I said, when you watch a game this fall, you got Joe Royer on offense, and then you got Dante Corleone on defense, defensive tackle. He's a one tech. He's the freak. He's a top 10 defensive tackle. At least. And I've said this once, I'll say it again. The defensive tackle and the edges are going to stretch all 7 rounds. Ironically, 2 years in a row. Frank, Doug Freeze alma mater. I could have swore. I could be wrong. I'm getting very old. Cincinnati, man. I could be wrong. I could have thought he went like to Northern Illinois or something. Like I said, I could be wrong. It's Doug Freak, they called him. Doug Freak. There you go. Northern Illinois. You know what the crazy part about him was? He was a 4th round draft pick. And we wasted a 2nd round draft pick on a Boston College left tackle, James Martin. Thank you, Bill Parcells. I fucking hate Parcells. I'm sorry, bro. For every 1 good pick he made 4 bad ones. James Martin did not play 1 single down for the Dallas Cowboys. Way to go, Bill. Yo, like I've said this before, some things in this world just don't look right. And me looking at Bill Parcells on the Dallas Cowboys sideline made me want to vomit. It just didn't look right. That's like looking at Tom Landry on the Redskins sideline. It wouldn't look right. Or Jimmy Johnson on the Giants sideline. It doesn't look right. Joe Montana finished up his career in Kansas City. It just didn't look right. Him in Kansas City. It just, I don't know. I'm old school like that. But yo, I'm going to drop some videos on this kid. I'm going to start rolling out some more tight ends. I just want to get this one offensive tackle out of the way that's not getting any love. Because I was livid. Yeah, he was livid. Oh, man. So many bad picks, man. We took Julius Jones over Steven Jackson and Chris Johnson. Let that sink in, man. I don't even want to talk about it. Oh, the Giant fans, they go crazy. They think Bill Parcells is the best coach that's ever. Well, listen, he won 2 Super Bowls. He had a great team. You know what Bill Parcells had that was very underrated? If you look at Bill Parcells' assistant head coaches in the NFL, Bill Belichick, Romeo Crennel. Who was the other big dude? He went on to coach at Notre Dame for a while. Because basically, once Parcells left the NFL, all his coaches pretty much went with Bill to New England. I can't think of the big dude's name. Big white dude to Notre Dame. I'm not trying to take away anything from Bill Parcells, but every one of his assistant coaches was monsters. Same thing could be said about Jimmy Johnson. Dave Wanstead, Norv Turner, Butch Davis, Zampese. Yo, all those guys went on to get number one. When Butch went, he won a national championship. But then all those guys went on to get NFL jobs. So, and also too, and I'm going to shut this down real quick. When Jimmy Johnson accepted his Hall of Fame, his bust, he didn't talk about himself. And that's the true mark of a man. That's the true mark of a leader. He gave all the props and his success to his assistant coaches and his player. So when the spotlight is on you and you give everybody else the spotlight who's in the shadows, in the background, that tells you the kind of man he was and is. And he's still the best coach I've ever seen coach and the best talent evaluator. Sorry for ragging. Sorry for letting this go long. I'm going to drop the video right now. Give me like 2 seconds. Peace. Over and out.